Today, we're going to talk about a fundamental shift in how we secure our digital world. It's an idea so powerful, so paradigm-shifting, that people are calling it the death of secrets.
So let me just kick this off with a pretty wild question. What if our software, all of it, didn't need any passwords, any API keys, any secrets at all? I mean, what if that entire universe of credentials that machines use to trust each other could just, poof, disappear? It might sound like science fiction, but this is the future that's being built as we speak.
So why on earth do we need such a radical change? I mean, what's so broken about the way things are? Well, to answer that, we have to understand the sheer scale of a problem that's been quietly exploding right at the heart of all our modern infrastructure.
Okay, so when we say secret in this context, we're not talking about your Netflix password. In the world of modern software, a secret is any kind of credential that one machine uses to prove its identity to another machine. Think API keys, database passwords, SSH keys, you name it. These are the digital keys that unlock absolutely everything. And what happens when you have millions of these digital keys floating around? You get something called secret sprawl. And it's exactly what it sounds like, an uncontrolled, chaotic mess of credentials scattered everywhere. We're talking hard-coded in source code, pasted into config files, sitting on developer laptops, and yeah, even dropped into Slack. It's a security nightmare.
And the scale of this problem is, well, it's just staggering. In a typical cloud setup, for every single human being with a login, there are 20 or even more non-human identities. These are all your microservices, your containers, your automation scripts, and every single one of them needs secrets to do its job. You just can't manage that manually. No way.
Now, of course, the industry saw this problem coming, and we came up with what seemed like the perfect solution. But as it turns out, that solution created its own bizarre, circular little trap.
The big answer was the Secrets Vault. You'd probably heard of them. It's basically a super secure digital safe designed to lock away all these credentials. It's got encryption, tight access controls, audit logs, a huge improvement over just scattering secrets everywhere. Problem solved, right?
Well, not quite. See, here's the catch, the paradox. For your app to get a secret out of the vault, it has to first prove its identity to the vault. And how does it do that? You guessed it, with another secret. This is what we call the secret zero paradox. We haven't actually gotten rid of the root problem. We've just created a loop where you need a secret to get a secret.
And look, the bottom line is this. Vaults are a great mitigation strategy. They help manage the problem, but they're treating the symptom, not curing the disease. The disease is the software's fundamental need for some long-lived static secret in the first place. It's time for a completely different approach.
And this brings us to the real aha moment, the big paradigm shift. We have to stop focusing on what our software knows and start focusing on what our software is.
The difference here is just fundamental. The old way is based on something you know, like a password or an API key, and anything you know can be stolen. The new, secretless way is based on something you are, a strong, provable, verifiable identity. And instead of credentials that live for months or years, we use tokens that are super short-lived, expiring in minutes. The attack surface just shrinks down to almost nothing.
This quote really nails it. This is the heart of a true zero-trust security model. In this new world, we don't trust something just because it's running inside our network firewall. Nope. We never trust, we always verify. Security isn't about building bigger walls anymore. It's about giving every single piece of software a strong, provable identity that we check on every single request.
Okay, so that all sounds great in theory. But how does it actually work? How can a piece of software prove who it is without having a secret to begin with? The answer lies in a couple of key technologies, and the best way to understand them is with a simple analogy, a passport.
So first up, you've got these two open source projects, Spiffy and Spire. Just think of Spire as the official passport agency for all your software. It lives inside your infrastructure, and its job is to inspect any piece of software that starts up, verify its unique properties, like where it's running, what code it's made of, and then issue it a secure cryptographic ID, a passport, basically. And here's the magic bit. The software doesn't need any secret to get this passport.
Now, a passport is only useful if other countries actually recognize it, right? That's where OIDC, or OpenID Connect, comes in. You can think of it as the universal language of authentication online. It's the standard protocol that allows a service like AWS or your database to understand and trust the passport that was issued by Spire, all without them ever having to share secrets with each other.
So let's put it all together. The flow is actually pretty simple. Your application starts up, It asks the local Spire passport agent for an ID. It gets back a short-lived digital passport. Then it goes to connect to, say, AWS and shows its passport. AWS, using OIDC, makes a quick call back to your Spire passport agency and asks, hey, is this passport legit? Spire says, yep, and AWS then issues your app a temporary limited access token. That's it. No long-lived secret was ever involved.
So you see, this isn't just some clever technical hack. It's a really deep architectural shift, and it has these profound benefits that are already starting to reshape how we build and secure modern software.
So, what's the real payoff here? Why does this all matter? Well, first, your attack surface shrinks dramatically. There are no static secrets for attackers to find and steal. Second, security becomes fully automated. That whole nightmare of manually rotating keys every 90 days, gone. This means your developers get to move faster, focusing on building great features instead of wiring up complex security plumbing. And finally, compliance gets way easier because every single action is tied back to a strong, verifiable identity.
And I want to be clear, this is not just some academic theory. These very concepts were born inside places like Google and Netflix. And today, companies like Uber and Square are using these exact tools, Spiffy and Spire, to secure their massive global infrastructures. This model isn't just possible. For modern systems, it's becoming essential.
So I'll leave you with a final thought, a look to the future. We're heading into an era of powerful, autonomous AI agents. Now, the idea of securing those agents with static API keys that we paste into a config file, that's a 5-alarm fire waiting to happen. An identity-based, secretless architecture isn't just about cleaning up the mess we have today. It's about building the strong, secure foundation we absolutely have to have for the technologies of tomorrow.